शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। Whenever there is a decline of dharma and ascendance of adharma, then, ocean of the Bharata race, I manifest, incarnate myself in a body. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanardaya sambhavami yuge yuge. For the protection of the good, for the destruction of the wicked, and for the establishment of dharma, I am born from age to age. Introduction to Bhagavad Gita. This holy book Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to live happily in the world. It is an ancient holy book of Hindu Dharma, also known as Sanatana Dharma or Hinduism. But it can be understood and followed by people of any faith. The Gita has 18 chapters and a total of only 700 verses. Anyone can be helped by daily practice of only a few of its teachings. The word Bhagavad means God or the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan in Sanskrit. Gita means song. Thus, the Bhagavad Gita means the song of God or the sacred song because it was sung by Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself. Here is the introduction to Gita. In ancient times, there was a king who had two sons, Dhritarashtra and Pandu. The former was born blind. Therefore, Pandu inherited the kingdom. Pandu had 5 sons. They were called the Pandavas. Dhritarashtra had 100 sons. They were called the Kauravas. Duryodhana was the eldest of the Kauravas. After the death of King Pandu, his eldest son, Yudhishthira, became the lawful king. Duryodhana was very jealous. He also wanted the kingdom. The kingdom was divided into 2 halves between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Duryodhana was not satisfied with the share. He wanted the entire kingdom for himself. He tried several evil plots to kill the Pandavas and take away their kingdom. Somehow, he took over the entire kingdom of the Pandavas and refused to give it back without a war. All peace talks by Lord Krishna and others failed. So, the big war of Mahabharata could not be avoided. The Pandavas didn't want to fight, but they had only 2 choices: fight for their right because it was their duty, or run away from war and accept defeat for the sake of peace and non-violence. Arjuna, one of the 5 Pandava brothers, faced this choice in the battlefield. He had to choose between fighting the war and killing his most revered guru, who was on the other side, his very dear friends, close relatives, and many innocent warriors, or running away from the battlefield to peaceful and non-violent. The entire 18 chapters of the Gita are the talk between confused Arjuna and his best friend, mentor, and cousin, Lord Krishna, an incarnation of God, on the battlefield of This conversation was reported to the blind king Dhritarashtra by his charioteer Sanjay. It is recorded in the great epic Mahabharata. All lives, human or non-human, are sacred, and non-violence or ahimsa is one of the most basic principles of Hinduism. So, when Lord Krishna advises Arjuna to get up and fight, this may confuse you about the principle of ahimsa if you don't keep in mind the background of the war of Mahabharata. This spiritual talk between the Supreme Lord Krishna and his devotee friend Arjuna occurs not in a temple, a lonely forest, or on a mountain top, but on a battlefield, on the eve of a war. Dear friends, by the grace of Lord Krishna, today I am going to start Bhagavad Gita as it is. There is no inclusions or there are no exclusions. I am going to read original Bhagavad Gita for you all. Let us start. Introduction to Bhagavad Gita. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनीन मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् O Blessed Mother, Bhagavad Gita, thou goddess, who was imparted to Arjuna by Narayana himself, who was recorded amidst the Mahabharata by Vyasa, the ancient sage, who showers the nectar of Advaita, who is composed of 18 chapters, I meditate on thee, the destroyer of samsara. Om नमोस्तुते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायत पत्रनेत्रा येन त्वया भारत तैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः. Salutations to thee, O Vyasa of mighty intellect, thou whose eyes are large like the petals of a full-blown lotus. It was thou who lit the wisdom lamp which brims with the oil, that is the Mahabharata. Om Prasanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Duhe Namaha. Salutations to thee, Krishna, who art a veritable wish-yielding tree to all surrendered ones, whose one hand holds a cane to drive cattle, while the other is held in the Jnana pose, and who is famous as the milker of the nectarine milk, that is the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvopanishado gavo dogda gopalanandanaha Partho vatsaha sudhidbhokta dugdam Gitamrutam mahat. All the Upanishads are the cows. The cowherd's son Krishna is the milker. Partha, that is Arjuna, is the calf. The nectarine Gita is the milk, and the pure-minded are the drinkers of it. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the bestower of supreme delight to Devaki, the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura, and the teacher of the world. Om भीष्मद्रोण तट जयद्रथजला गान्धार नीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहावती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खल पाण्डवैः रणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः. Lo, the battle river of Kurukshetra with Bhishma and Drona as the banks, with Jayadratha as the water, with the prince of Gandhara as the blue water lily, with Shalya as the crocodile, with Krupa as the current, with Karna as the high wave, with Ashwatthama and Vikarna as terrible sharks, and with Duryodhana as the whirlpool, was crossed by the Pandavas because they had Krishna as the ferryman. पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जन षट्पदैर्हरहरा हे पीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारतपङ्कजम् कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे. May the stainless lotus of Mahabharata, which was born on the waters of the words of Vyasa, the son of Parashara, which has the message of the Gita for its overpowering fragrance, which contains numerous narratives proclaiming the glory of Hari as its stamens, and which is sucked again and again in great joy every day by the honeysuckers of virtuous men, may it prevail for the good of all who want to be cleansed of the taint of the age of Kali. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. I salute Madhava, that is Lord Krishna, the supremely blissful one, by whose grace a dumb man can become eloquent and a lame person cross over mountains. यं ब्रह्मा वर्णेन्द्र रुद्र मरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैः स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्ग पदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यशान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. My salutations to that supreme being whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra and Rudra glorify by divine hymns, whom singers of Saman praise by chanting the Veda with all the complementary parts, sections and Upanishads, whom yogins intuit with minds concentrated in meditation, and whose limit neither the hosts of devas nor of asuras know.